This is how to clean a duck.
First, we're going to pluck the feathers.
We actually call it debreasting because all we do is take the breast out. We don't take all the liver and all that out.
So we're just plucking the feathers to expose the skin where we're gonna cut.
And as you pluck the feathers, you'll be able to see the breastbone, and that's where you want to cut. By just plucking the feathers and cutting it, it makes it a lot easier than having to take all the feathers off, expose all the skin. But we're just going to pluck where we're going to get the meat from. It should be done in just a second.
Okay.
Make sure you have a clean space so you won't cut into the meat.
Yes, you do. When you're cutting in the skin, you want to cut very lightly. Even though the skin is very tough and you're going to have to try hard, but you want to cut lightly so you don't ruin the meat.
Because if you cut hard in this, you'll go right into the meat. But if you...
So this is what it should look like after you have plucked the feathers. Now we are going to cut right along the breastbone.
And as I said, you'll be able to see it. And then if you want to get under the skin a little bit and get a little piece off, then you can work with it better. We shot these in January and put them in the freezer and let them thaw out for a day, and now we're cleaning them in May. We shot this one on the Bay River in a little creek next to it. And we got just enough off so where you can pull the skin back, cut right down the breastbone, and now you can see
right there is where a piece of shot went into the breast.
Yep. And sometimes you won't need pliers to get it off, but sometimes the skin's too slippery or too tough on. But this one's coming right off, so.
So you want to peel back the skin far enough to where you can expose the whole entire breast. And the more you peel back the skin under the breast, the easier it will be to cut.
And that's what it should look like.
And there's the breastbone, which is where we're going to cut. We're going to cut along the breastbone. Right along the breastbone, so we do not damage the meat.
And get right up against it so you can get all of the meat.
And then you'll hit the ribs, and you want to just angle your knife
to where its angle. You just go right down it. And you'll get to a point where the ribs will go off, but then you pick the breast up and just go right under it. And that's how you can get the breast meat the most. And before you cook it, some people like to put it in like steak sauce, and some people like to brine it.
Brine, which it takes away the gamey taste, sort of.
It's hot water and salt. You soak it for a day, put new water and salt in there, and just keep on doing that until however you want.
Or you can just leave it in there, but it probably would be better to refresh the brine. But when you have the brine, you have to make sure it's decently warm water, because if it's not warm water, then the salt will not disintegrate or dissolve. And so then it won't be
in the water that's soaking in it.
So we like to grill it. Personally, I like to grill it. But Christian, how do you like yours?
I like to grill it too. But some people, I've never heard of a person frying bluebill or blackheads, but...
Oh yeah, this is a bluebill. Or the scientific name would be lesser scaup or blackhead. So as Christian's cutting, he has the meat cut off the breastbone, but now he's just cutting it from the skin to get it off. And if you don't peel the skin enough, then you will not be able to get under the breast. So you have to just peel it back. So it's easier to, when you peel back the skin, just go ahead and peel it as far as you can back. And some people clip the wings to where it's holding on the breastbone, and they just take the whole breastbone out, and then they peel off the breast meat. And this is our bag. Make sure you wash the meat off. I know that's kind of obvious, but I know some people who have just thrown it right on the grill. And you get some feathers. And you want to make sure, just in case, that you didn't, so that there's no shot in there. If you shot it in the breast by accident instead of the head, you just want to inspect it and make sure you don't have any BBs or pellets in there.
And this is what it should look like when you're done. And
this is not really cleaning it up, this is debreasting it, because down here you have the liver and other meat, but some people like that, but I don't prefer that. So that's what it should look like once you're finished of the debreasting. And this is How to Debreast a Duck by Britton Matthews and Christian Hudson.